fish there, buddy. Good fish there. We got one.
Get in here. Fishing with Simon Apodaca again. What do you think? What's this? Mittry?
Mittry Lake, yeah.
First fish of the morning right there on a little Ica. Now let me tell you something. This is cool. If you can see down here, I feel like I'm fishing the Delta or something over here. Dude, you got some great water here. I mean, we were told this lake could be, you know,
Misery?
What? Yeah,
or mystery.
Yeah, mystery or misery lake, because that's what the locals call it when the fishing's not good, that's for sure. Reminds me of Lake Pleasant, you know, when the locals there call it unpleasant, you know, Lake Unpleasant. But I'll tell you what, this has got a lot of cover to throw at. We've had a few nice blow-ups on frogs, and we're trying a little bit of everything here just to see if we can get bit. I switched up and went to a little Ica weightless just because I, you know, wanted to flip up in some of this stuff, because we've had a few bites for sure, and you've had a couple of real nice blow-ups. But Simon, tell us a little bit about this waterway. Now, this ain't clear water, is it?
It's not. It's pretty dirty, yeah. And right now, it's really, really dirty towards the main part of the lake. This is where the fresher water comes in, so it's a little bit clearer, you know. And,
okay.
And but it is really stained water. So.
Gotcha. Well, you know, yesterday we actually went to Martinez. And had a lot of fun, you know, looking at some new water there. It's the first time I've ever been over here in Yuma, and I'm really excited about fishing this. You know, I'm throwing this on a 17-pound test line because I hear there's some giant fish in here. What's some of the big fish that's come out of this lake?
There's some good ones in here. There's double digits in this lake, easy. So.
We saw one this morning blowing up, didn't we?
Oh yeah, that one was a big one.
Yeah, we tried to get it, but it wouldn't come after it. But I thought, you know what, we've thrown enough of stuff. I've thrown a spinnerbait out and a little bit of frogs and things like that. But I'm like, you know, I'll try throwing something weightless. You say Cincos work great in here too, right?
Cincos work really good here.
And it's funny because when you hit different types of water, like what I do going around the state, everybody's got a different technique. And I'll never forget having you at Roosevelt. He looks at my drop shot rig and he's like, you actually throw a spinning outfit here? And I'm like, yeah, we throw. He says, where I'm from, we don't really throw much spinning outfits at all. I don't even think we know what a spinning outfit is, you know, a spinning reel, you know. And I said, well, I'm fine with going and throwing some bait casters and chunking some decent bass and having some fun. So here we are, and we're going to try to catch some fish. Now, Simon owns Taipan rods, and these rods are awesome. And, you know, you've been a rod builder for a long time now, and we have a lot of guys I know in my neck of the woods that are throwing Taipan rods. They love them. They've seen me with them, and they've, you know, a lot of them. You've got Roy Hawk, which is an awesome major league fisherman now.
Yeah, he sure is.
And who's the other one? Jason Williamson. Jason Williamson.
He's an elite guy.
He's an elite guy. So, you know, you got your rods out there a little bit. And I'll tell you what, awesome rods. And I try to preach this to everybody, but these are really sensitive rods. There's absolutely no fiberglass made in these things, are there?
That is correct.
That's what makes them so sensitive, see? But we're going to go down this bank, see what we can't find. I got lucky and caught the first fish on that, but you've had enough bites. You should have had the first fish, but it's all good. Yeah. We'll go down the bank and see what we can't throw. What are you throwing? I'm
throwing a frog, and I'm throwing a
your little swim bait.
Yeah.
Okay. So. Now this particular rig here, actually, it's an Ica, but I'm throwing it backwards, and I've got a big old 5/0 hook in that thing, and a wide gap hook, and you can see it's like a little bug. But why I rig it backwards is because you can rig it the other way, and it's like a tube bait, but when I rig it up backwards and then I pull it, it actually flares out that skirt, and it looks like a little bug coming through the water. So when you pull it over the wood and things like that, it has a nice flare to it, and then it falls nice and easy. So I really like that particular bait. I know I've never shown it really on the show, but there you go. We've got some of these. This is just a green pumpkin color. I didn't know. I'm throwing something a little darker because we're in the darker water. You know what I mean? But you throw a lot of shad baits, a lot of crawdads. They eat shad,
a lot
crawdad.
Of crawdad colored baits.
You get him?
Yeah.
You get him out of there?
Yep.
Big fish?
Yeah, it's a good fish.
Oh, that's a nice one, Simon. Get him, son. Get him. Oh, that's a good one. That's the kind of fish you catch here, huh, son? Look at that. Look at that fish. Oh,
That's
look at that. Did you see that?
Uh-huh.
Swim bait fish, huh?
Yes, sir. So.
This guy flips a swim bait. Flips a swim bait. I mean, just kind of flips it out there, lets it flutter down and gets them. You did that yesterday, too.
Yeah.
Man, you catch some quality fish on that bait, son. That's awesome. Explain to the folks at home what kind of rod you're using.
I'm using like I said before, my old school, original Taipan custom sticks. You know, it's been a workhorse. It's one of the first ones. It's a 764.
Okay.
It's 7'6", heavy action.
All right.
So, got a 15-pound test, and my swim bait. So it gets it done.
Look at this. Look at this, folks. It's a shad-colored swim bait with a little black to it. But he said the shad in here are really small right now. They're doing a shad spawn, right?
Yep, they are.
So, you know, we're watching them bust shad. So that's the thing, is you got to decide whether they're hitting crawdads or shad or something, you know. I think they'll hit both if you hit it the right presentation. But when they're really going after the shad, you like to throw that shad stuff.
Yep,
so,
for sure.
Good job.
Yeah, I'll just pitch it in there and let it flutter down like you said, and we'll go from there. And
he smoke it?
Yeah, he nailed it. He wanted it. So.
Well, that's awesome. All right. Well, that's the thing, is knowing what to throw a lot of times when you're in this kind of stuff. And you know, Simon grew up on this lake, so he kind of knows what to do. So that's definitely the ticket.
Got him. Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about, son. Simon. No. All right, look at that. Flipped him right in the boat, huh?
Uh-huh. That's the way to do it.
That's what I'm talking about. Hey, we're gonna have some fun. We got a cloud cover. The fish look like they're gonna start biting for us. Look at that. Let's get him back. On that Ica again.
Uh-huh.
I'm telling you, I'm throwing this on a 17-pound test line. You're right. Boy, I'll tell you what, when you flip these things into the tree, now I got bit in there and missed him the first time. And I thought, man, I better get back in there. And a lot of times, like you said, Simon, and you can explain this to the folks at home, in this particular body of water, it's hard sometimes to, you know, once you get the initial bite or something to throw back in there. For some of these are like onesie fish is what you call them or something? One-time fish.
Yeah.
I got lucky
Hitter
on that
and
one.
quitters.
Huh?
Hitter and quitters.
Hitter and quitters.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, so it's a lot of fun. This rod, that 723, is what I'm throwing it on, and I can really feel it good. It's awesome. I love it. Yeah.
So.
Good job. Good job. Let's get back to it. There's so much to flip at, and it's a lot of fun. I'm throwing something weightless. And the reason why is because I want to offer that natural presentation in there the best I can, because Simon says there's a little grass line that comes out along this as well. There's a bare spot in that grass line, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of times I'm pulling this out even beyond. And the cool thing about having a little bit of cloud cover as well is the fact that these fish, when the sun's way high, you'll find that they'll bury way up into the trees. And that's when you got to flip in the tree and get in the center of the tree a lot of times, right down to the stalk of it. And when you get a little bit of cloud cover like this, you get a little bit more forgiveness, and these fish will kind of come out from the trees a little bit. Yeah. You can catch these fish, but we're still hitting the pockets and stuff. So this is working out great for me with this. I was getting a lash out, and I catch a little one. Professional override out. Look at that guy. Well, you didn't say there wasn't little ones in here, right?
Yeah, there's little ones in here.
Oh. Got him?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one, Simon. Good fish, brother.
Watch yourself.
Go ahead, go ahead. Look at that. You got him. I just got bit myself, man. He hammered me in there, and I just missed him. Let me throw back in there. Maybe it's a little forgiveness. Awesome. That's another swim bait fish, folks. But that's the truth. The nail on the head, son. Look at that. You know, Simon and I were just talking about how easy it is to get stubborn in your own waters, and we all do it. And then you have somebody come along trying something a little bit different, you know, and that's one thing I love about my show, and I will say this, and I love about tournament fishing, Simon, is I love bringing folks like you on the show, and I love learning different techniques and seeing things that work differently than what I throw all the time. In turn, it's cool to have somebody come on your waters, because you're so used to throwing certain baits, like you said, and show something a little different of what they do. Right. You know, a lot of guys love to flip this stuff, and flipping's fun. I love doing it just like anybody else. Yeah. I'm throwing this weightless, and you know, the first thought that came to my mind is when we stepped on the water this morning was Simon was saying, yeah, the Senkos, because he knows I love throwing those Senkos, and I love them. Yes. I'm guilty of throwing them a lot, but the real trick of the trade is okay, we know this is a small body of water, it gets hammered a lot, and he told me that. That's why this lake's so temperamental. But believe this or not, if you try something out of the box, out of your comfort zone once in a while, you just might be surprised of what you might be able to do. You might show the fish something they have not seen, something really neat, you know? Yeah. And that's what makes you a better fisherman, right? It does. Yep. I love hanging out with guys, and like yesterday, me learning that swim bait, I lost a few fish on it, and we've had fun, and I've never seen in my life anybody, and I fished for a long time, and I'm sure there's guys that out there watching my program right now saying, well, I've done it for a long time, but myself personally have never seen anybody really flip a swim bait, you know, just literally just from here to there, flip a swim bait, let it flutter down, pull it up, and flip it back in there. Most guys throw brush hogs, you know, crawdad type baits, and here he's flipping a swim bait in here. But when he hits bit, it's a quality fish. Yeah. I have yet to see no quality off your hook. I mean, I can catch little ones up to big ones doing what I'm doing, but he's catching some quality fish on that. Sometimes you sacrifice catching a lot of fish for quality. He knows what he's doing on this body of water. He's been here his whole life. So the bottom line is he's going for that quality bite. And the last fish you caught, that was a quality bite. So yeah, it's fun. There's a good one. Oh yeah, son. Oh, Simon, look at that fish, son. That's what I'm talking about. Little Mittry Lake bass. I love it.
He ain't ready yet, is he?
No, he's gonna be. Ah, that's what I'm talking about, son. Look at that. Look at that, son. That's what I'm talking about. Son,
oh, yeah.
That's a beautiful fish. Oh, man. Look out. I'm liking this place. Look out. Oh. Mm. Hey folks, for my tip of the week, one thing that's really important to remember when you're doing this kind of fishing, you can see we're in tight quarters like this. Now I know that a lot of people like to fish down the bank really fast, but if you watch Simon, we call it picking the wood apart. And what I mean by that is, a lot of times, you know, you want to cast way up in front of you. And that's good sometimes when you're going down the bank chasing those quick fish. But when you're trying to fish these isolated wood piles and trees and stuff like this coming through here, you want to make sure you put yourself in the perfect cast. And you got to get a little bit good at learning how to pitch. We're doing a lot of pitching. A lot of guys might call it flipping, but this is pitching. And you want to pitch alongside the wood, like see how the tree's coming down, get to the back and bring that bait alongside of it. If you're bringing it across the top of it in the opposite direction, you can get bit doing that. But a lot of times if you're bringing it right alongside the tree, you can see how the trees are coming out lengthwise. So if you bring the bait alongside the trees, if you can do it, get back there. And don't mind flipping over some of that stuff a little bit, but just get back there and just kind of work the bait alongside the tree like that. A lot of times those fish are hanging right under those tree branches, and that's how you're going to catch those fish. If you're throwing way, way up in front of you, you're going to get caught up in a bunch of stuff over there because you really can't parallel the bank the way you want to, and you can't get into the stuff. So you'll catch a lot more fish if you take your time and just get it into the spots. Set yourself up for the cast, and I promise you, you'll catch a lot more fish.
Really like to
There's one. Oh, that's a good fish, son.
One.
That's a good fish.
That's a good
Simon.
one.
Look at that one.
You want me to lip him for you?
Yeah.
Or? All right.
Yeah, let's get him up here. Look at that fish. Oh my goodness. So that's a Mittry Lake fish, huh, son?
Yes, sir.
Don't you lose him.
I can't do it with my right hand.
Oh, give me that. Give me that.
That's what I'm talking about, son.
That's what I'm talking about, son. That's what I'm talking about. Oh my goodness, that's fun. Ah, that looked like a fish, huh? Look at that. Simon, thanks for bringing me here, man. Look at that fish. How big is that fish?
That's a good one.
Hey,
So.
what we're gonna do real quick, before we throw this fish back, I gotta get a Facebook pic, son.
Oh, yeah.
We gotta get a Facebook pic of this. Hold on. Ooh, came right out, look at that. Folks, I'm telling you, this place is a lot of fun. Simon, man, I love this. This is funner than yesterday. My goodness.
Yeah.
Lot of fun fish. Got him?
Yeah.
You got one, Simon. Look at that, folks. Get him in here. There you are. See, there you go. You caught one on that bait.
Learning how to do it.
I'm telling you. Did he take off with it?
Yeah, he just picked it up and ran with it.
Folks, what a day we've had today on Mittry Lake, right?
Mittry Lake.
Mittry Lake. Simon, I'll tell you what a fishery you all have here, man.
Yeah,
Bringing us out here, showing us this waterway, and it reminds me a lot of the Delta in California, you know, but not nearly as much boat traffic. I will say that. That's cool. We've seen, what, 2 boats today?
Yeah.
It's crazy how much fun this lake can be. And I'll tell you, we've had a great time. I know Darren and I come down here, it was a long haul, and you told me there's fish here. There's fish here, man. We appreciate all of it. And gotta give a special thanks to Happy Paws. Your wife does a great job. Is it grooming and?
Just pet grooming.
Yeah, pet grooming.
Happy Paws Pet Spa.
For the accommodations, she put us up great, and your family took very good care of us, and we appreciate it. We've had a great time here in Yuma. And if you haven't been here, you gotta try this place out. But before you do, you better stop by Simon's shop and pick up a taipan rod. You'll need it out here. I'm telling you, we've had a great time on the show.
It was
Thank
really
you,
good
buddy.
having you.
I know you got
Really,
a lot of,
really good.
he's got a lot of rods to make, man. He's getting behind, sitting out here fishing with us, but we sure had a lot of fun. Thanks for joining us on the show. We'll see you next week. I'm Johnny Johnson. Now, see, that's what I'm talking about, folks.